Hi guys, welcome back to Bunny Brick Designs. So I know I did the unboxing the other day and it came out and I saw a couple comments about people wondering how I was going to use the puka shells. So I'm going to show you the earring that I made because I designed this off camera, and then I'm going to show you how I made it. So I decided I wanted to do a dangly kind of charm earring, if you will. So I've got 5 puka shells. I may want to add a 6th one on this side just to make it even, because I'm all about even. And then I put a couple charms on it. So you've got the turtle and then the starfish. So I am going to add another puka shell, just because. So I'm going to just take a puka shell. I've got large jump rings. I'm just going to attach this because I think maybe we want to do 6. And we'll put this guy right there. If I can get him hooked on. And let's see. So right there. Gotcha. There we go. That looks better. So from either side, there's 6, and they're going to move around. So if you were to hold it this way, they would, all be on the same side. But when they're dangling, they'll kind of move wherever they feel like. But I'm going to show you how I made this. And as you can see, I've got a starfish from my collection that I had spray painted gold. We may use that to do a pendant, along with some of the beads. And I've got some ideas. So what I did was I started out, and I've got some, I think this curb chain. I just got some chain here. So I'm going to count 14 links. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And I am going to find this chain here actually is open. So I can literally just open that up, take off my other chain, and then just crimp it back closed. And now I've got a length of chain. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a small jump ring that came with the Curated bead box. And I'm going to attach the turtle to the bottom. And it doesn't matter what direction the turtle's going in at the moment, because we are going to, when we put the chain on, we are going to figure out which way he faces, whether it's forward or backwards, and then we'll adjust. So I'm going to grab 6 puka shells here, trying to get them mostly the same size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just going to take some jump rings. And to start out, I'm just going to put jump rings on all of them just because it's easier to do this all at once. Now, you don't necessarily have to close them. And actually, yeah, I'm just going to set them down. I'm not going to close them. I'm just going to get them. And that one's a small one. I want a bigger one. We're just going to put, and make sure you're not going in. You gotta make sure you come through your space in the puka shell. I wouldn't recommend trying to go this way. I mean, you can sometimes, but it makes it harder to see the hole. So I like to come from the back side and then just wiggle it through. And they're slippery little suckers. So I'm going to have my 6 puka shells. And see, that one's got a littler hole. So we may have to, there we go. There. All right, so now I've got all 6. I am literally going to go up 2 spots from my turtle. So I have 2, and I'm just going to double check. I'm on number 3 from the turtle. So You've got your jump ring, 1, 2, 3 from the turtle. And then from there, I'm just going to take these and I'm going to add them. I'm going to skip one chain and go up into the next one. Grab another shell. Skip one chain, go into the next one. Skip one chain, go into the next one. And so on and so on. It's very easy. Very simple design, but very fun. And I am just going to make sure I got these the same length. Yes, I do. Okay. Yep. Yep. I'm just double counting here. Making sure I got 1, 2, 3. Yep, 14. And all right, so we've got one more. And we're going to put him. Where did I put him? Okay. We're going to put him right there. All right, so now we've got our shells on. And now this part is going to be the critical piece where we're getting on the jump ring and we're getting the starfish. We want to make sure he is in the front. So pick up your chain, figure out which way the turtle is facing. So I just put my jump ring on. I figured out which way the turtle is facing. So he's facing in this direction. So I am going to make sure when I put my starfish on, if I don't drop everything. All right, let's try that again. Find my top chain. And now which way is my turtle facing? So now my turtle's facing towards me. So I need to get the starfish. And see, he's facing sideways there. I may need to add this jump ring. So I'm going to add the jump ring because of the way the turtle is sitting. I'm wondering if I need to adjust my chain a little bit. So we're going to put this, and that is going to sit in the front. Yep, he's facing forward. All right. So make sure when you're doing that, they're both facing forward. And then because this isn't, so holding this up, my ear wire it'll turn everything sideways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another jump ring, which is what I did on the other one. So I'm just going to add the jump ring to the jump ring, and then I'm going to take my ear wire here, and I am going to put my ear wire on to make sure that the ear wire is facing forward. So when you're doing things like this and there's multiple chains, you've got to figure out what's the front, what's the back, and that can be a pain. And so there we go. Mr. Turtle wants to turn around. Mr. Starfish wants to turn around. But that's the whole beauty of this is a, and these things will go in different directions. They'll go all over the place on you, but there's the 2 earrings with the puca shells. I think those are fun. They're jingly jangly. And the turtles are facing the same way, and the starfish are facing the same way. So those are perfect. All right, so that was a quick and easy one. Now, I was also thinking that we could do a bracelet, or maybe even another earring with the crabs with the puka shells. So let's see how many we got left. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I've got enough for 5. We could either do a charm bracelet, or we could do another pair of earrings and use some head pins and add color to it. I'm thinking bracelet. Just little charm bracelet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure a piece of chain that's going to be roughly the length of my wrist, maybe a little bit longer. And we're going to open up one of these and take off the chain. And now I've got my basic bracelet. And now we're just going to do puka shells. So I'm just going to randomly, probably starting with the center. I'm gonna start with the center, I think, and then work my way out. So I'm just gonna fold it in half, find roughly the center, and snag that chain and put a shell on. Now I'm gonna do shells every, I don't know, let's see. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do another one. Oh, I keep dropping. These, like I said, these guys are slippery. Slippery little suckers, but they're cute and they make ooh, and they jingle, and that's kind of why I wanted to do the charm bracelet, is because they jingle almost like bells. So that's the center. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one. So now I've got some puka shells on. And so I've got 3 of them there. So that's going to sit. It's going to make, you know, it's going to be on there for a bracelet. We're going to add more puka. We're going to add as many as we can. I just want to add some color to this. So I'm going to grab some head pins in silver. And we are going to start making some drops. Now, they don't have to be huge. So I am going to, let's see, we'll do a green. He won't come out. And a green. I like that. We'll do a couple of those. And then I want to do a blue. That ain't gonna come out. Maybe add one of these little guys to it. That's cute. Oops, he came right off. All right, so we need to put some little beads on there, and I know exactly what beads I want. I'm gonna steal some from my other tray here. So I've got things in progress off to the side. That's cute. That'll work, because then that bead will be all right. And that and that's adorable. So we've got that. Now we can do something in, maybe something with the white. there's a couple of disc beads in here. So maybe we do some disc beads and some white. Because again, I want this to be like a big chunky charm bracelet. And then we need something more on that. I don't like that. Let's do a brown. Oh, we can do a brown and a green. That works. And then a brown and a green. And we are going to make those into loops. Where's my loopers? I have them somewhere. Oh, there they are. Oh, so my bunny is up on her little thing again, looking for cookies. And so I am basically going to toss one to her. That's the noise you just heard. All right, so we're going to loop these. And I'm not worried about making them perfectly tight just yet because we are going to be attaching. We just have to figure out where we're going to be attaching. And we're probably going to have to make some more of these because they're not going to be... we may attach them to the Pucas, or we may attach them to the chain itself. So let's see here. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. And I want to see what we can do. So I think blues there and green. Actually, let's do the green and the brown there. We will do another puca shell. We're going to do another puca shell off of this. And then let's do, well, we need to do more blue, I think. Let's do this. Do the green. Do the blue. And then we do the green and the brown. All right, so let me put some of these on. And so I don't want necessarily to use such a small loop. So I am going to crimp that tight on all of these. And I'm going to use jump rings. And again, we are going to put additional puca shells. Because I want this a fluffy, chunky, charm, clustery. I don't even know the word for it, but I want it to be so when you move your hand, everything just kind of, you know, like when you're on your wrist and you do something like this, it's going to jingle. So I am going to attach some more puca shells before we put on the charms. And what I'm going to do to make these a little bit more chunky is I'm not going to skip any spaces on these third ones. So I'm going to have two real close together. So I'm going to go into the very next chain like I did on that one. Ooh, if I don't lose everything. And I got the jump ring. I've gotten very good at catching in my lap beads that fall. All right, there we go. Yep, it's getting jingly. All right, so now I'm going to take my green. I'm going to take some jump rings here. And I'm going to start with the green ones. And I'm going to put those in between that. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go in the middle, roughly. And put my charms in. So now we've got puka shells with some green. I think I'm going to put some blue in there too. I think I'm going to put the blue right next to the green. Just because I think that would look... Oopsie. That is if I don't drop everything. Ooh, how did he get on? Oopsie, I put him on the wrong spot. How'd that happen? I guess I snagged the wrong ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we needed to go into this one. So I must not have hooked it right the first time. That does happen occasionally. All right, there we go. And perfect. And so now I'm going to do the blues. And I think I'm going to do the blue in the same loop as the green, just because I want those two together. Because I want lots of color. And there we go. And it really doesn't matter which way they go because it's all going to be... And then I'm going to put more puka shells. I think I'm going to put 3 in the center there. Just because I want more puka shells here. So I've got the 2 there. So what I'm going to do is on the third one, I'm going to drop the third one off of one of the other, and we'll use this gray one. I'm going to drop him off of one of these jump rings. Maybe. No, we're going to go next to. There we go. So now we've got this nice cluster that's going to sit on the wrist. I've got 3 puka shells left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my colored and I'm going to attach them there. And that was what? 2 over. So we're going to go 1, 2. We'll attach him here. And then we're going to attach our last 2 puka shells. And we'll have... Oh, I actually have... Oh, cool. I have 4 left. Perfect. So that was a big one. I'm going to grab this one that's a big one and put him on the other side. And so now we're making this really nice chunky bracelet, and I'm just going to put the last 2 puka shells right next to those. And I think I'm going to make up, let's see, do we want more color in that? I think we want some more color. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just putting it onto my wrist, and we may want some more color next to these ones here. I'm going to add the last 2 puka shells, and then we will add some more color. Ooh! That is if I don't keep flying these things all over the place. Oh, we have to add our crabs too. I was going to add the crabs as charms to this. I forgot about Mr. Crab. We'll find a place to put him. Maybe. All right, so now we've got that. Now let's do a few more colors. I want to do a couple more blues. I do like those blues a lot. That's definitely oceany. So there's one. There's two. Let's make those. We'll add those. And there's one. There's two. I'm going to make sure these are completely closed so they don't fall off. All right, and I've got 2 little jump rings left. That's it. 3 actually, but from the kit or the box. But I have plenty of jump rings in my stash, so that's fine. I can always grab more jump rings. So if you're ever going to, if you bead a lot, if you're new to beading, the biggest thing that you're always going to want to have on hand is jump rings. While you can make them, if you have the wire, you know, jump rings, ear wires, necklace findings, you tend to go through a lot of those. Now that's pretty cool. Now I like that. It's got enough blue. It's got the green. It's got a little brown. I may want to add, you know, something there. I don't know, but I think that's cute. It's going to dangle. So let me get a lobster claw on that. Do we have, where's the kit stuff? I know they give lobster claws in the kit. Oh, there we go. And yes, I am doing lobster claws for the simple fact that this one is going to be very weighty with all of those shells and beads. So I want to make sure that that it's going to close nicely. And I'm going to put I will put a, I think this is going to be a little bit long. We may need to cut this down. Yeah, it's way too long. Let me cut it down some. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take 5 links off of each side and see if that's too much. It may not be. 5 links may be fine. Because I want this to be somewhat. 5 links may be too much, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let me put my lobster claw back on and see if that's better. Now see, that's a little short because it would be a little bit tight. So I'm going to add back on a couple of chains. So the beauty of doing this is because these links come off, I can add one at a time to each side and see if that's the right length. And if it is, then we're good. Otherwise, I can keep adding. So if you get chain that's open like this, makes life a little bit easier when you're trying to figure out sizing. Because I want it to dangle a little bit down the wrist, but I don't want it to end up sliding off my hand. All right, let's see how that is. Still a little tight, so I'm going to add another one to each side. And that should be good enough, actually, if I add... Yeah, if I add one to each side, that should be... And yes, as you can see, my nails are getting destroyed from doing this, but I like using fingers. So, funny story for you while I'm doing this and adjusting. I was cutting up boxes today, and it's kind of not a funny story, but kind of funny. I was cutting up boxes today and ended up, let's see, we've got what there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Making sure I'm putting it on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So anyways, yeah, so I was cutting up the boxes and I accidentally slipped with the box cutter and got my leg. Oh, don't worry, guys. It's not as bad as it sounds, because when I cut boxes, I was just cutting the tape, so I only opened the box cutter like just a tiny bit, and so I ended up scratching my leg. It's not horrendous, and I just dropped the jump ring. It's not horrendous, but it was enough to make me go, holy crap. There. Got my jump ring. I need this jump ring. Oh, and I got bunny fur. So with my jewelry, I always tell people, you know, the jewelry costs, but you can have the bunny fur for free. Because I have bunny fur everywhere. They're shedding right now. Ooh, they're shedding right now and, well, molting. And every time I pick them up, I'm literally covered in bunny fur. So I was wearing black the other day. Picked up one of the white bunnies and ended up looking like I had gray clothes. But anyways, yeah. So, all right. So that is perfect. And now I'm going to add a bigger jump ring to that just to give it something easier to clip onto. So I'm going to dig out another jump ring here. And take one of my large, well, they're not super large, but they're larger. And we are going to put that on there, so that finishes that off. And I am going to, there, so now that dangles. And that's what I wanted. I don't think I'm going to put... I really wish I had put something on that, but I needed to make it chunky. So, again, it's a dangly bracelet. I may adjust these so that it goes all the way around and there's stuff on the other side. Or I may order some more puka shells from Bargain Bead Box so that I can do... I'm going to take that one off, I think, and only have 2 there because that's annoying. May order some more puka shells so that we can do you know, more, and I could space these out. Actually, we'll leave the 3 there. I'm going to space, just because I want more dangle, I'm going to space this one out here just to give it something, and then we'll put some more. Again, this is how I design, kind of on the fly. I see how it looks on the wrist. Never be afraid to change your designs. You know, do what you like. There. So now that's out there. That's fine. Now let me see how that feels on. I may add some more color. I may not. So I'm just trying to get it on my wrist to see how it hangs now. Woo. That's a little better. There's shells back here. Yeah, that's better. It's a little more even for weight. But anyway, so that's the design with the puka shells. I know people had wanted to see what I was planning on doing with it. So we made a charm bracelet and some clustery dangle, I don't even know what to call them, cluster dangle earrings with the puka shells. You know, looking at this, I probably could add some color in here, but I like them just like that. So anyways, that's what we did with the puka shells with the bargain bead box. I'm probably going to add some more color onto these. That's got to go out further. Or this one's got to come in further. This one's going to, well, no. This one's going out further. I got to make them even, guys. Sorry. I'm very picky about that. There we go. All right, so there we go. Puka shells. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.